Chomsy, don't be wicked. If it's my turn, you say Chomsy, don't be wicked. But if it's your turn, you.
Once we touch week 9, then it's like, yeah.
And you place, in fact, if MS is seated, you place. I understand it, I still don't understand.
Do you know what it means to not get dick for 8 weeks?
Which dick? It's not cheesy's on show.
You should know, are we getting it?
Guys, last night, in fact, till the early hours of this morning, was a typical representation of a Cold War in Biggie's house. Guys, there's a Cold War in that house. And it's a Cold War because these housemates are not necessarily physically fighting each other. No, they are not physically going at each other. But the gossip, the toxic tension, guys, it's deep. You can literally slice through the tension in that house with a knife. It is deep. It's crazy. It's insane. And then you see those words that Ebuka dropped with the housemates on Sunday last week, you know, at the end of the live eviction show. Something about, oh, it is not everybody that you consider your friend that's your friend, blah, blah, blah. Guys, it happened again last night. It's been happening all through the week, but last night it happened. And it will shock you from which camp it's coming from. I wasn't really shocked because I saw it all along and I've been talking about it on this channel, but it will shock you if you do not know. So ladies and gentlemen, watch to the end of this video as I spill the tea on every single event, every single detailed happenings, you know, that ensued last night in the Level Up mansion. It's a lot, but I'm going to try to make it brief so this video is not too lengthy, all right? But before I go into the gist, let me officially welcome all of you back to my YouTube channel. Hi, you're welcome back. My name is Bbnaija. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory, and I am the girl with the tea. Yeah. And hey guys, let me still remind you, today is Saturday, and you know what happens on here. It's gonna be 3 p.m. WAT where we converge on this channel for our FSWG Saturday YouTube live stream. Please do not miss out. There's a lot to unpack. There's a lot to talk about, and I'm really glad that we had the live stream on Wednesday evening because hey, how would we have been able to contain all the drama, all the gist, all the analysis we had to give all in one Saturday? So I guess I'm just going to use this opportunity to thank all of you that came through on Wednesday evening. You guys are the realest MVPs. So please make it a date with us today again, 3 p.m. WAT. Let's make it happen, all right? There's a lot to talk about. And if you're new on this channel, thank you so much for stopping by, but please do not stop by as your last stopping by, all right? Please just go ahead and do exactly what you see on your screen. That's one of the easiest and fastest ways for you to receive a lot of my videos whenever I upload a new one, all right? If you're looking for that space where you can get the most detailed, factual, and accurate analysis of reality TV shows, movies, and trending social topics, this is the space for you, all right? Without much further ado, let's get into the video. So I had done a video yesterday informing you all of the tension that has started brewing in the mansion simply because of a division caused by Chomsy because she had been greedy enough to go ahead and prepare for a selected few the collective food. Guys, the rest of the housemates did not find it funny at all because last week they had lost their wager and they had been trying to ration the food so that it could go around, you know, for the rest of the week and even flow into next week because they were not certain if they were going to win their wager task presentation last night. So it had been crazy, guys, and Chomsy had been unapologetic about it, and that had really infuriated the rest of the house, and so the house had been divided. So in Chomsy's camp, we had Sheggz, Bella, Elo Swags, yes, and at some point we had Doyin and Doyin. Then the rest of the housemates fell into the Chichi, phyna, and Rachel's camp. Now, the Chichi, phyna, and Rachel's camp, they had a very, very crazy plan coming up, courtesy of Cheesy. They were waiting for the night to come so that they could go and pack all the proteins, all the chicken, all the beef, everything in the fridge, and then they will go and hide it. Even go as far as preparing it so that the other group would starve, you know, just to teach them a lesson. Now, thankfully for all of these housemates, they won their wager last night. Now, based on that win, one would think that, okay, it would bring the whole house together, you know, looking at the fact that in the coming few days, they are going to have surplus food to go around for everybody in that house. But guys, guess what? Chomzy decided to continue to be unfortunate because this girl went into the kitchen and she packed a lot of chicken from the collective bag, prepared it once again for a clique. And that had completely pissed a lot of people. Anyways, her mates called for a meeting of the general house, and of course they were all excited that they won their wager. So he had tendered an open declaration to Sheggz that his accountability list was not intended to be a personal attack, that it was his own personal opinion as to his observations of what was going on in the house as at the time they were preparing for their task. And guys, to be very frank with you, when he was explaining that, I felt like there was no need for him to explain at all, because as at the time that Sheggz and Bella were misbehaving, it was really hurtful. It was really hurtful to the performance of the group. So him explaining himself and apologizing, guys, I just felt like, okay, once again, that is Hermes bringing back his coward's face, because he should not have even apologized at all. Now, aside that, he had gone ahead to announce that they were going to cancel the general cooking, the cooking for the collective. Yes. Now, remember, it was a suggestion that they had brought on from last week, you know, so that they could ration the foods that they had. And so he had further explained that Sheggz had come to him and told him that he no longer wanted to be a part. And phyna as well attended her resignation, you know, from being one of the volunteered chefs of the house. So guys, we all know why all of these things are happening. So according to Hermes, the house needs to strategize as an individual. Yes, each and every single housemate, they need to now start rethinking and re-strategizing on how they want to go about their daily, you know, food preparations. If you want to partner with someone so that you both could shop together, then go ahead and do so. But there is no longer a collective shopping. So according to Hermes, everybody should write down their list, and then come Saturday morning when they have to shop for the house, then people are going to have that liberty to shop as they please. That meeting had thrown some of the housemates into a complete panic mode, because some of them do not know how to cook. Some of them do not even know how to take care of themselves personally. And so the division in the house had become completely imbalanced. Now, if you all recall, earlier in the day, Doyin, Doyin, they had joined the Bella and Sheggz camp, inclusive of Chomzy and Swags, yes, because they are friends with Bella and Sheggz especially. But guess what? After Chomzy had prepared that horrible stew she prepared earlier in the day, Dotun had complained bitterly that the stew was not nice and he could not cook. So he probably must have imagined that, oh my God, I'm going to have to deal with having to eat this girl's food for the next 1 week. This guy automatically ported to the phyna and Chichi and Rachel's camp. Doyin, that one, she doesn't even know how to cook for herself. She doesn't even know how to fend for herself. And by virtue of the fact that she's now friends with Cheesy had kind of fought for a spot for her in their own clique. Now, the other ladies, they were kind of, you know, adamant that they did not want Doyin in their clique, because of course they know that Doyin is very close friends with Sheggz and Bella. She's always in their business, they're always talking to her and all of that. So they did not want her in their clique, but Cheesy had actually fought for her to be in that clique. Dotun, as I mentioned, that one had already ran into their clique. Now, Swags wanted to join their clique so bad, but they refused, because they were already 12 in their clique. I think they are 16 currently in the house, so they were already 12 in their clique. Alison, Hermes, they were already in Chichi and phyna's clique. So guys, the scale of the division of the house, it was not balanced at all. Fast forward to after the meeting and the strategizing session, because they are taking our time to create a list of everything that they would need, you know, as food supplies for the next 1 week. So phyna had gone into the kitchen to prepare food, yam and sauce, and the guys in their own group, they had gone into the kitchen as well to assist. Whilst that was going on, Bella and Sheggz were busy preparing spaghetti. Guys, oh my God, if you follow me on Twitter, I had a good laugh. In fact, we had a good laugh, you know, about that spaghetti. It was so soggy, it was so watery. I don't know, we're literally calling it pepper soup spaghetti, guys. Just go ahead and follow me on Twitter so you can be up to date with my secondly tweets, all right? Anyways, the kitchen was divided still, you know. Bella and Sheggz preparing their own food in one corner, phyna and Groovy and the other guys in their own clique, you know, assisting with preparation of the meal as well. Dotun as well was busy peeling yam. Like, everybody was hands-on, everybody was busy, and then they had prepared the food, they had eaten. It was like a feast for these other housemates because they were around the table eating. So it was a lovely sight to behold. You know, they were exchanging conversations. Sheggz and Bella, they were in one corner, you know, doing their own thing, but it was very obvious that they were not happy because it seemed like they were actually isolated from the general collective of the house, according to him. Yes. And then after the food, they were playing tennis on the kitchen counter. Now, initially, it was all about the other clique, you know, the clique of 12 that were playing. They were having so much fun. You know, it was so fun to watch. They were having a good laugh. They were all in a good mood. Sheggz and Bella, Chomzy, Elo Swags, they were at the dining. Chomzy and Elo Swags, they were eating from the remains of the spaghetti that Bella had cooked. And it was very obvious that Elo Swags was very, very sad. So Chomzy was busy yapping her mouth.
Because the rubbish they're doing in this house is too much. Imagine eating chicken every day for 1 week, just as food. Eating plenty chicken. Only. I don't eat much. Anything I see and eat is okay by me.
That, she does not mind eating chicken every day in this house. That she will cook as many chicken as she likes, and then she will eat it with noodles, that she'll be satisfied. Oh, what do you think? She was asking Elo Swag, and Elo Swag was so irritated. He was looking at this girl like, bro, please. Because we know that Elo Swag loves food. This guy loves food. So the fact that Chomzy is not even bothered at all, he was already bothered because initially he wanted to join the other group, but there was no space for him to join anymore. So at that point in time, he was realizing that, wow, hunger will kill him for this house. Like he was just gonna die of hunger because the girl in question was completely unbothered. And whilst the other clique had come together strategically, you know, to contribute their own pocket naira towards, you know, restocking their food supplies for the week, Chomzy had told Elo Swags that she was not interested in doing a joint account. Yeah. So she wanted to go solo, and that had completely pissed him off. And then Sheggz and Bella were saying that, oh, we should come together, we should write our own list. And Elo Swags was like, nah, it's not going to happen. It's not possible because Chomzy was not playing games. She was already to play ball, yeah. And it was very obvious that Bella especially was panicking. So they probably had to talk to Chomzy much later before finally, you know, she now came round to, okay, we're going to buy this, we're going to buy this and that as a collective of 4. And I was just having a good laugh because listen, you cannot isolate yourself from a group when you are not ready to come out of your selfish zone, you know, to work and operate as a group. Because guys, that was the challenge that Chomzy was having. She's so self-centered, just like Bella and Sheggz, of course. She does not even know how to operate as a collective, which was what even caused the entire division in the house earlier yesterday. Anyways, back to the games they were playing on the counter. These 4 people, they felt completely isolated because these other sets of housemates, they were having so much fun. And then there was an ad break. And by the time we returned, we saw that these 4 people, they had moved to the counter to go and play tennis. But guess what? The table had cleared. No other person was actually interested in playing with them because by the time they arrived there, it seemed like the mood was changing. Bella with her nasty, you know, flippant attitude. She was already snapping here and there. Chomzy was already bringing negativity and Rachel was getting irritated already. And people were like, when you were not here, we were not raising voices. We were not talking to each other anyhow. Now you are here and things are changing. And so the housemates had dispersed. Those who wanted to go to bed early had gone to bed early, and those who wanted to continue having conversations had moved on to the garden. Doyin and Cheesy, they had moved on to the garden. They were just having their usual friendly conversation. Now, whilst we were having that conversation, that was when Elo Swags and Chomzy were in the garden as well, trying to compile a list of the food supplies that they would need. Sheggz and Bella had also joined them outside, and they kind of eavesdropped on these 2 people's conversation. And that was how they took what they heard back into the house and started speculating some kind of nasty stuff about Doyin.
I don't understand it. I still don't understand.
Do you know what it means to not get dick for 8 weeks?
Which dick? It's not Cheesy's own show.
You should know, like, are we getting it?
She even said it like when I said what's up, she was like, I know everyone will think it's because of.
But he's just my friend.
But it's just my friend.
In my head, I'm thinking, what is your business exactly, people? What is your business? Because they were trying to analyze Doyin's situationship with Cheesy. Chomzy already was speculating that they are probably shagging already. They're probably knacking. And Bella was like, oh no, that she probably just needs someone, you know, as a companion, that they talked to her about it. And she said that they are just friends. And then Sheggz was coming from the angle of, oh, do you know what it means to not have had, you know, sex in the past 8 weeks? You know, like they were kind of painting this impression that, oh, Doyin was with Cheesy because she was actually desperate for attention. She was desperate to be with someone. She was desperate to have a companion in the house or a sheep in the house. Now, guys, most of the things they were saying, I found it very offensive, you know, not because of the content of what they were saying, but because this is the same Doyin that literally collects a lot of bullets around the house because of these people. This is the same Doyin that they call friend, and she calls them friend. This is the same Doyin that is, you know, their relationship counselor, and so they think that their own relationship is perfect, because the way Bella talked about Cheesy, it was very, very condescending. You know, when Sheggz made that statement about, oh, do you know what it means for someone not to have had dick in the house for the past 8 weeks, you know, and Bella was like, oh, she wants to get it from that Cheesy. And I'm wondering, like, okay, what is wrong with Cheesy? What exactly is wrong with Cheesy? And it was just so annoying to watch, because the way Bella talks down on most of the guys in the house, I mean, she makes it look like Sheggz is the prize. That Sheggz is that one prize that every female on the show should be chasing after. And guys, I'm looking at this girl and I say, girl, you need to look at Sheggz properly, because if they give that guy to us to analyze and dissect physically, mentally, and emotionally, we're going to be scoring him a 0 on every level. Yes, you know, but we don't want to be petty about it, so we're just going to leave it. But really, I was disappointed in that conversation that we're having about Doyin, because I just felt like, hey, your own relationships are not perfect. So what gives you the right, you know, to talk about Doyin's own new friendship? I mean, this girl is obviously happy with Cheesy, having conversations with him, doing whatever with him. She's happy, yeah? So is it because she's not in their clique? I mean, guys, honestly, it's not even easy, because it is actually because she's not in their clique. Yes, so they were actually feeling offended. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, just go ahead and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about all of this drama. Do you think that this clique of 4, as constituted by Sheggz, Bella, Sheggz, and Chomzy, is going to survive? Considering the fact that tomorrow is Sunday, there's going to be eviction, and 3 people out of this clique of 4 are up for eviction. Do you think it's going to work out well for them? Now imagine that Chomzy and Sheggz were evicted, or even Bella evicted, and then it's left with Sheggz alone. Guys, do you think it's going to work out well with them? Just let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.